My name is Martin Warwick. We're here at the AutomotiveIT International Congress at a place called the Crystal in London's Docklands, and I'm talking with Dr. Ottmar Schreiner, who is Head of Interior Electric Solutions for France and IES R&D at Continental Automotive. That's a big job title. Ottmar, thanks for talking to us. I know, since we talked off screen, that you're involved, Continental is involved with, one side of it is the tyres, of course, the other side is in-car electronics, etc. We'll talk about that in some detail in a moment. What are the big trends that you're seeing in the automotive industry at the moment?
So our trend or what we follow is that the cars get in the future more comfortable, more safer, and of course more efficiency. So the big trend, CO2 reduction, I think these are the three main trends.
Okay.
And there, to serve this, we develop new technologies, and this is our target to improve this.
So what does the division that you are in, it's called IES, yes, what does that stand for?
So IES is Interior Electronic Solutions, so that's a central department. So within Conti we have the rubber group with tires, that also the brand is name, Conti is very known.
Yep.
In electronics we have chassis and safety systems, so brake systems, radar, environmental sensors. We have the powertrain systems, so engine controllers and so on, engine management. In the interior division we are taking care of electronics in the car, like head units, so navigation system, radios, instrument clusters, head-up displays. And for this I'm responsible for the pre-development, system development, so new stuff, new things in the division interior.
Well, these days there's so much electronics in automotive, in cars and in vehicles of all sorts. It's hard to know really where to start. When you look back 20 years to what cars were like then and what they're like now, we're talking about different animals, really, are we not?
Yeah, so the electronics or the innovations in the last years comes electronics and now more and more software. And here, I think the one big thing is that the electronics in the car getting more and more intelligent. So we get more and more a smarter car. So with the environmental sensors like radar or cameras looking outside. So based on this, we have an environmental model. So we know what's going on outside the car. And now we increase as a next step a model about the driver. So for instance, with interior camera, with sensoric, that is looking at the driver. And with these steps, we want to build a smarter car. The next step is, of course, when not only internet the car, is to take a look also with connectivity to get information from the back end. So this is then the next step.
So a vehicle could communicate within itself, store data, transmit data, can also receive data, not just infotainment, but other data coming into the car itself from elsewhere.
Exactly, yeah. So in the moment we have in luxury cars up to 90 electronic control units in a car. And this network, I would say, is the first big thing in connectivity, to network the electronics inside the car. And now the next step is to connect this with the environment and to back-end or to car-to-car communication or car-to-infrastructure communication.
When you hear terminology like the connected car, the autonomous vehicle, machine-to-machine, and above all, big data, what does that mean to you at Continental? What does it mean to you in your job?
So yeah, to develop new, smarter functions in the car for comfort, for safety, and to make use out of this with this data. Yeah? So we believe that with this data we can enrich the functionality. And there, for instance, if you have today a navigation system inside the car, the data, depending, always has a different. So it's not up to date, yeah, because it's run on a DVD inside the car. Yeah. And now if you have permanent connectivity, then you get up-to-date data, you get traffic information up to date. But in the future also we want to have more accurate data to improve the safety systems, yeah. So when you have today a radar looks maybe 200 meters ahead of the car, but Connect is not able to look around the corner. And with this fresh data from the back end, that data comes from other cars or from infrastructure, then we can really improve the systems.
How is your company, Continental, innovating to take advantage of the trends we've been talking about? And what do you think the drivers of the future will demand the most?
Yeah, traditionally, of course, we are as a tier one, so a supplier to the OEMs. Yeah? We listen to our customers, but of course, due to the big trends from the consumer electronics, consumer industry. We are also taking more and more look to the end consumer. And we also have started to have an insight to new technologies. We have established trend antennas, we call this. So we have this in Germany, in Europe, but also in Asia and in the US, to get really an insight to the upcoming trends in the local markets. And then additionally, I think big trend is open innovation, so collaboration with other industries. So not only with automotive industry, also collaboration like the IT industry, like other technology suppliers or also startups. Because it's not that we can invent everything ourselves, it's more integrating the right stuff in this cross industries. And that's, I think, it's a big opportunity and also a challenge to bring this to life.
Let's go back to look at Continental again. How important for Continental, the company, is information technology, IT and communications technology in enabling your own organisation to operate more efficiently and smartly within the constraints of what we've been talking about as far as the automotive industry is concerned?
Yeah. So that's for us a big topic. So we have over 180,000 employees in more than 40 countries doing operations, and therefore a good IT infrastructure is crucial, yeah, from the beginning for innovation, get the right ideas, for development. So we have development hubs in Europe, in East Europe, in Asia, North America, South America. So to really develop this together, the logistics, the production. So for all this, we need a strong IT infrastructure, of course. One big thing what we now started is social network. So we have now internally a strong social network where all employees who have access to the internet can contribute. And this is also a change of our culture, I would say. Yeah? So from top down, we're now starting really the bottom up channel. And this is what we think this networked approach is the only way how such a huge organization can be handled in the future. Yeah? Because it's too complex, the regions, too many products, lines, and so on. So it's really bottom down, top down, bottom up.
Yeah, okay. A final question to you, Ottmar, if I might. What kind of a car do you think you will be driving in, say, 20 or 30 years' time? I don't mean whether it'll be a Rolls-Royce, a Daimler, or a, I don't know, whatever. But what will a car be? It will not be what people think of as cars today, will it?
Yeah, we see today's trends. Yeah, I think their connectivity, so to let the car be part of the global network is one strong trend, and then we call it digital companion. Yeah, that the car is just part of your digital lifestyle. This is one thing. Of course, then for safe driving, the automation of cars, automated driving will play a big role, but not that it's always from door to door. It's also that you can select. Yeah, so when you're on a highway, it's high traffic, then you can say, okay, now the car should take over the control. But if you want to drive for your own, then you can change the profile, and then you are maybe sitting in a sporty car. Yeah? Right. So with adaptive technologies, you can do this different styles in one car. Yeah?
Sure.
And I think these are big trends. Yeah.
We'll see what happens. Dr. Ottmar Schreiner, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.